Today we're covering Review 21, Subtracting Integers. So let's find the rules for integers sheet again. And we have filled out almost all of it. We just have one rule left, subtracting integers. And you'll notice it's a little different from the other two. Multiplying had a rule for same signs and another rule for different signs. Adding had a rule for same signs and then another rule for different signs. But subtracting only has one rule. The rule is keep the first number, change and then opposite, or change again. Some people say keep, change, and others say keep, change, opposite. What it means is if we have a problem like -2 minus -5, we're going to keep the first number. We're going to change the sign, so that sign's positive now. And then we change the sign of the next number. So it's -5, it's now going to be +5. And then we follow the rules for adding. So if they have different signs, they subtract. 5 minus 2 makes 3, and we take the sign of the one that's greater, so it is +3. So -2 minus -5 is 3. Keep, change, or keep, change, opposite. Keep the first number, don't mess with him. Then change it to addition. We don't want to do subtraction. And then you change the sign of the second number. If it's negative, you make it positive. If it's positive, you make it negative. Let's look at your worksheet now. Review 21, guided practice. Number 1. And you are going to write keep, change. So we're going to keep the 3, change to addition, and that's a +7, so we want to make it -7. Now they don't have the same signs. Different signs subtract. So 7 minus 3 makes 4, and then we take the sign of the higher, so it's -4. First, change them to addition though. So let's keep -4, change to addition, and then +2 becomes -2. So we have -4 plus -2. Same signs, just add. And we take the sign that they both had, negative. Next one, keep, change. So keep the -5, change to addition, and -11 becomes +11. They have the different signs, so we're going to subtract. 11 minus 5 makes 6, and we take the sign of the higher number, which is positive, so it's +6. Next one is keep, change. Only do it if it's subtraction. We change subtraction to addition. So -8 plus -8. Same signs, so we add and keep the sign that they both had. Next one, keep, change. So 4 plus -12. Different signs, we subtract. So 12 minus 4 makes 8. And we take the sign of the higher, so that's -8. Next one, keep, change. Keep the 4, change to addition, and negative 5 becomes positive 5. 4 plus 5, I can do that. Okay, you try number 2. See if you can get those, and I'll put the answer up in just a minute. There is a shortcut you can take. Instead of rewriting the whole problem, you can just make the minus sign into an addition sign and change the sign of the second number. So change the sign, add a line. For example, negative 9 minus, make it a plus, and that's positive 10, so it becomes negative 10. I know everybody got those right. Let's move on to number 3. We have negative 24 minus 18 minus negative 5. So again, everywhere you see a subtraction sign, we're going to change it to addition, and then we're going to change the sign of the number behind it. So that's a positive 18. He needs to become a negative 18. There's another minus sign, make it plus, and the number behind that one is negative 5, so let's make it positive 5. Okay, then go back 2 numbers at a time, negative 24 and negative 18. Both the same sign, add them together. 24 plus 18. They were both negative, so that makes negative 42 plus positive 5. Those do not have the same sign, so we have to subtract. 42 minus 5 makes 37. And we take the sign of the higher number, so it's negative 37. Number 4. I know there's more numbers, but remember, everywhere you see a subtraction sign, you change it to addition. And then the number behind it becomes the opposite. So if it's negative 7, the opposite is positive 7. So I see another minus sign, make it addition. The number behind it, change it to its opposite. So negative 25 becomes positive 25. I still see another subtraction sign, so change that to addition, and I have a positive 6, so the opposite would be negative 6. So it looks like the first 3 numbers are all positive. So if they all have the same sign, I can just add them together. So I have 32 plus 7 plus 25. That's 64, plus the negative 6. Those have different signs, so we have to subtract. 64 minus 6 makes 58. And we take the sign of the higher, which was positive, so it's positive 58. Number 5. A submarine was situated 800 feet below sea level. If it ascends 250 feet, what is the new position? Okay, it's 800 feet below, so that's negative 800. And it's going to ascend 250 feet, so that's positive. So you can either write it like that, or you can write it like this. Those are the same problems. Notice I just put the negative 800 at the end. That's all I did. So those do not have the same sign. We're going to have to subtract 800 minus 250. $550. Now we need to take the sign of the one that is higher. So it's negative 550 feet. Number 6. In the Sahara Desert one day, it was 136 degrees Fahrenheit. In the Gobi Desert, a temperature of negative 50 degrees was recorded. What is the difference between these two temperatures? It would probably help if you remember that we put the biggest number first when we're trying to find subtraction. So difference means subtraction. Bigger number is 136 minus negative 50. A lot of students like to write it like this, 136 minus 50, but that's not the same. Don't forget the negative sign. Okay, then since it's subtraction, because they ask for difference, we're going to have to keep change. So we keep the first number, change to addition, and then change this sign. So really 136 plus positive 50. Now they both have the same sign, and we're really adding. The difference in the two temperatures was 186 degrees. Think about it. The thermostat, 50 degrees would be way down here, negative 50 degrees. And 136 degrees would be way down, way up here. And 0 would be around here. So we would have to find the difference. We'd have to go all the way from 136 all the way down to 150. Well, from here to here is 136. I'd have to keep going. That's another 50. That's why we added them to make 186 degrees. Number 7. Metal mercury at room temperature is liquid. Its melting point is negative 39 degrees Celsius. The freezing point of alcohol is negative 115 degrees Celsius. How much warmer is the melting point of mercury than the freezing point of alcohol? How much warmer? That means we're going to be subtracting. Remember what I said before? We put the bigger number first when we're subtracting. So which one is bigger? Negative 39 is bigger. Remember in the number line, negative 39 would be farther to the right. Minus negative 114. Remember, keep, change, change. Keep that first number. Change to addition. Change the sign of the second number. They do not have the same sign, so we have to subtract. So I got 75. Now we're going to take the sign of the higher number. The higher number now is this one, and it's positive. So it's a positive 75 degrees. Number 8. On vacation, Mrs. Carr visited Death Valley. From her campsite at Mahogany Flats, an elevation of 8,200 feet above sea level, she could see Badwater Basin, which is the lowest point in the United States, at 279 feet below sea level. What is the difference in elevations? Difference means we're going to subtract. We need to put the biggest number first. This was above sea level, that's a positive, 8,200, minus, this one's 279 below, so that's negative. Remember your rules. Keep, change, change. So they're both positive now. I just need to add. And I get 8,479 feet difference. Don't know why I had a dollar sign. Okay, let's look at the independent practice. Okay, on those first two, you're just finding the difference. Use your rules. Keep, change, change. Keep, change, change. Keep, change, change. Keep, change, and then change again. So for the first one, they have the same signs. I'm just going to add -3 plus -7, and I get -10. The next one, they have different signs, so I have to subtract. I get 6, and I take the sign of that larger, -6. The next one, -5 plus -5. They have the same sign, so I'm adding 5 plus 5. It's 10. They're both negative. Sign's negative. Okay, 3 and 4. Remember, keep, change, change. So everywhere you see a subtraction sign, we're going to change it to addition and change the sign behind it. So 2 will become -2. Then change the next subtraction sign, and then -5 becomes +5. -4 plus -2 plus 5. And then you work it out. Same thing for number 4. Everywhere you see a negative, or every time you see a subtraction, we're going to change it to addition and change the sign of the number behind it. Every time you see subtraction, change it to addition and change the sign behind it. Every time subtraction becomes addition, the number behind it changes. So once you do that, on this one you have all positive numbers. So 8 plus 1 plus 10 plus 4. Remember, all of these are probably going to be subtraction. And you usually want to put the largest number, the biggest number goes first in subtraction.